Blaine, your DFW Realtor, keeping things real for buyers and sellers. Today we're talking to buyers who are waiting to buy for various reasons, and primarily those buyers who need to qualify for a mortgage. Guess what? There are things you could be doing today, according to the mortgage experts, that will really make a difference when it is time for you to get pre-qualified. So, number one, pretty simple, but very, very important. Make sure that you are paying all of your bills on time. Set up the automatic payments, do whatever you can to get them paid on time. If you have something that's delinquent that you need to take care of, do that. So make sure you're paying all the bills on time. Number two, do not open any new credit cards. Why? Well, even if you don't use it very often, or you don't use very much of it, the mortgage companies will look at every credit card and they'll see how much is your line of credit for that credit card. So if it's $2,500, $5,000, $10,000, all of that, those numbers go into a pool of, well, here is all the potential debt that you would have. So it just is a word to the wise not to open any new credit cards while you're waiting to get qualified for a house. Just don't do it. Use the ones you have. They will be just fine. Number three, do not co-sign. Number three, do not co-sign for anyone else's debt. So if a friend or a family member came to you and said, hey, would you co-sign for my apartment? Would you help co-sign for my new car? Whatever the situation is, you're going to need to politely decline and say, I'm sorry, I'm waiting to qualify for a mortgage and I cannot afford to do that. Because again, even if that other person is paying, your name as signing as a co-signer means that you ultimately could be responsible for that entire debt. And so that would be listed as another debt item. And we don't want to increase or have any more debt than possible when you're going to apply for the mortgage. All right. So number four, and this might be a little bit harder, is don't make any big purchases. I know you're excited to get a house and you see the couch you love is on sale, or there is a special on a car, you've been waiting to get a car, whatever the situation is. But big purchases like furniture, extravagant vacations, cars, washers and dryers. I mean, everything is pretty expensive right now. But all those things, whether you put it on a credit card, you know, that's going to show up as debt. And even if you pay your bills in total every month on the credit cards, that means that there's less cash in your bank account to pay for closing costs and to have money on hand. So it is just so much better to wait to make those purchases. And I have personally found that every house is so different, you know, where the windows are and the doors are and the size of the rooms. So it really makes more sense to make the furniture purchases and all the things you want for your house after you get in the house, and then you can really decide what's going to work best in that house. And last is, don't be moving money around from one bank account to another, or opening up new bank accounts. Why? Well, because the more you move money around, the more you have to explain, well, where did the money come from and why did you move it? And so you want to make your mortgage application process as smooth, as streamlined, and as easy as possible so that you get qualified quicker, faster, easier, and you're not having to keep sending documentation and all that kind of stuff. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but they're doing their due diligence. They have to document where the money moved from, and I'm talking large sums of money. So just wait on all of that. So those are my top 5 recommendations to buyers while you're waiting. And then when you are ready, just reach out to me. I'll get you connected with some great lenders in the Metroplex who know what they're doing, who can get you pre-qualified, and then we can go house shopping and find the house that you love. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm posting more tips, tricks, insights, and tips. I can't even talk. And that is your tip of the day.